Hi, this is Pastor Ted Marshall. Welcome to VRM Veterans Radio Ministry. Today is a special edition, and today is a remembrance of Reverend John Steer. Recently, about a week ago, we received information from on Facebook by John Steer's wife, Reverend Steer's wife, Donna, that he had passed. Little bit background on who Reverend John Steer is or was. First of all, he is an American Patriot. He's a Vietnam veteran. He was also highly decorated, recipient of the Silver Star, one of the nation's highest decorations. Above that, John Steer was a strong, strong man of God. I first met John Steer probably over 20 years ago, and we met him in Melbourne, Florida at our veterans reunion. And John was a performer, a singer, songwriter. Also, he was a reverend and would do the Sunday services. He would perform on Saturday and then come back Sunday morning and do the Sunday services. It was a lot of fun. He was just a strong, strong man of God. John, we're going to miss him, but we dedicate this remembrance for his wife, Donna. And Donna Steer, we want you to know that you are an example for all of us. Also, your strength and being with John and traveling with John all around the world for all these years, doing his mission to serve veterans, to serve all those out there and bring the name of Jesus Christ into the hearts of others. Now, what I wanted to do is the first song that we're going to play is, this is an introduction that we use in our radio station, and we had for years. All the songs that John has given us permission to play, and we played these when we first started the station, and they're still in our category, our catalog, and we are in our tracks, and he's always going to be in our tracks and in our heart also. If you would, go ahead, Drew. And if you would play the first one, Turn Your Radio On.
Come and listen in to the radio station where the mighty host of heaven sing. Turn your radio on, turn your radio on. If you want to hear the songs of Zion coming from the land of endless spring, get in touch with God. Turn your radio on, turn your radio on, and listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on, heaven's glory share. Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Brother, listen in to the Glory Land chorus. Listen to the glad hosannas roll. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. Get a little taste of joy awaiting. Get a little heaven in your soul. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. And listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on. Heaven's glory share. Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Listen to the songs of the fathers and the mothers and the many friends who've gone before. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. Some eternal morning we shall meet them over on the hallelujah shore. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on. Turn your radio on and listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on.
showing you some more information about John Steer and his life, and we'll be talking about that. We also will be recording later down the road when the memorial service is done in Melbourne, Florida. We plan on recording that also. But right now, I'd like to play a video for you that's about John Steer's Fort Steer. Now, John started this program and years back in Arkansas, and pictures worth 1,000 words through music and through pictures, and you'll see how John Steer and his ministries helped so many people, especially veterans, homeless veterans, and veterans that were having problems with drugs. John reached out and created a place, a safe place for them to go, a place where they can be ministered to and healed. And that was John Steer's Fort Steer. Go ahead, if you would, and take a look.
See all the wounded, hear all their desperate cries for help, pleading for shelter and for peace. Our comrades are suffering, come let us meet them at their knees. Don't let a wounded soldier die. Come let us pour the oil, come let us bind the hurt. Let's cover them with a blanket of His love. Come let us break the bread, come let us give them rest. Let's minister healing to them. Don't let another wounded soldier die. Obeying their order, they fought on the front lines for our king, capturing the enemy stronghold. Weakened from battle, Satan crept in to steal their lives. Don't let a wounded soldier die. Come let us pour the oil, come let us bind the hurt. Let's cover them with a blanket of His love. If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my Lord above to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA, well, there's pride in every American's heart, and it's time to stand and say that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the
Ministry and our continuing tribute to John Steer. One of the most powerful songs that John Steer performed was Arlington. This song, by permission of John Steer, my wife, Carolyn Marshall, created a beautiful, with her photographs to go along with this song. We have played this at veterans events. We have played this video also at the church, at Trinity Church. We played it for the veterans events that we've had there on Veterans Day. And it's such a moving song. And the pictures that my wife selected and had taken throughout the years and through her catalog of events that we've done, through veteran events that we've been doing. And you just have to look at it and sit back and enjoy this. It's really heartfelt. Arlington.
Never thought that this is where I'd settle down. Thought I'd die an old man back in my hometown. They gave me this plot of land, me and some other man, for a job well done. There's a big white house, it's on a hill just up the road. The man inside, he cried the day they brought me home. They folded up a flag and told my mom and dad, we're proud of your son. And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. And I'm thankful for the things I've done, and I can rest in peace. I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington. I remember Daddy brought me here when I was 8. We searched all day to find out where my granddad lay. When we finally found that cross, he said, son, this is what it costs to keep us free. Now here I am, 1,000 stones away from him. He recognized me on the first day that I came in, and it gave me a chill when he clicked his heel and saluted me. And I'm proud to be on this peaceful piece of property. I'm on sacred ground and I'm in the best of company. And I'm thankful for the things I've done, and I can rest in peace. I'm one of the chosen ones. I made it to Arlington. Every time I hear 21 guns, I know they brought another hero home to us. And we're thankful for the things we've done, and we can rest in peace, 'cause we're the chosen ones. We made it to Arlington. Yeah, dust to dust, don't cry for us. We made it to Arlington.
We're back again, VRM Studio Z in Zephyr Hills, Florida, with our tribute to John Steer. Next, we're going to play a song that country western song that he recorded also and covered, and that's Long Black Train. I really enjoyed this, and it gives you an idea of the versatility that John had, from country western to gospel to just really being able to sing different songs. We're just going to give you a little bit of variety of some of John's songs. So here is The Long Black Train.
There's a long black train coming down the line, beating off the souls that are lost and crying. Rails of sin, only evil remains. Watch out, brother, for that long black train. You can look to the heavens, you can look to the sky. You can find redemption staring back into your eyes. There is protection and there's peace the same. Burn in your ticket for that long black train. 'Cause you know there's victory in the Lord, I say. Victory in the Lord. Cling to the Father and His holy name. Don't go riding on that long black train. long black train, making you wonder if the ride is worth the pain. He's just a-waiting for your heart to say, let me ride on that long black train. But you know there's victory in the Lord, I say, victory in the Lord. Cling to the Father and His holy name. Don't go riding on that long black train. Well, I can hear the whistle from a mile away. It sounds so good, but I must stay away. That train is a beauty, making everybody stare. But its only destination is the middle of nowhere. But you know there's victory in the Lord, I say, victory in the Lord. Cling to the Father and His holy name. Don't go riding on that long black train. I said cling to the Father and His holy name. Don't go riding on that long black train. Yeah, watch out, brother, for that long black train. That devil's a-driving that long black train.
This is one of my favorite songs that John Steer ever performed. And it was really such a heartfelt song and a strong song, and especially when it was played at veterans events around the country. When he played this song, you could see the veterans throughout the whole audience standing up, cheering, and not only that, but you could just feel those hearts and hear those hearts beating, red, white, and blue. John Steer, American Soldier.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone. Up and at 'em bright and early, all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our future, my responsibility. Hey, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Monday when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holiday, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I'll stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, and I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asked of me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I'll proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front line, sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American soldier. An American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm out here on the front line, sleep in peace tonight. American soldier, I'm an American, an American soldier.
Welcome back again to Studio Z. Right now, you're going to hear a poem. And this is about this man we're talking about, John Steer. You'll get an idea when I say he's an American hero and that our country has lost one of its best and heaven has gained another great soldier of the Lord. First is the poem. It tells the whole story about Hill 875. Second, John sings in his own words the ballad of John Steer. I think you're going to be moved by this, and you can see why he was such a special man in the hearts of all of us that knew him and loved him. Now, poem, Hill 875.
He tore himself from the jaws of death. Smitten and wounded, he staggered and fell. But he rose again and took a deep breath and kicked open the gates of hell. One arm was gone and his leg was shattered as he wobbled on the brink of new birth. He clung to life and things that mattered, seeking meanings and things of worth. He stared down Satan on Hill 875, this battered but courageous youth. Though broken and torn and barely alive, he was bent on finding the truth. The angels stood in grave disbelief of the strength of this poor mortal man. They watched him struggle to find relief and prayed as only God's angels can. When the soldier finally managed to stand, a champion had risen, a champion indeed. He lifted to the Father his remaining hand, and Jesus dashed forth at the gesture of need. The angels rejoiced at what was done, and the Father shed a majestic tear. Wisdom had found his toughest young son. Love had spared his child, John Steer. Other soldiers have not fared as well, and still remain lost until today. But John walks point in the pits of hell. Going back, he shows them the way. Oh Lord, thank you for seeing me through all the death and sadness and fear. Now give me your strength and wisdom too, as you gave my brother, your son, John Steer.
In the fall of my 19th year, my tour was nearly done. I had everything to live for, my life had just begun. Then I learned just what a man would do to stay alive. I was 3 days down on high-priced ground on Hill 875. I was 3 days down on high-priced ground on Hill 875. I've been on ambushes, I've been on patrols. I could tell you things that would make your blood run cold, but I'm not ashamed to tell you that I broke down and cried. I was 3 days down on high-priced ground on Hill 875. I was 3 days down on high-priced ground on Hill 875. Brave men were dying all around me, but for some reason God kept me alive. He put his hand upon my shoulder and he carried me down Hill 875. God carried me down Hill 875. Now there's not a day I don't recall when God came in my life. I know he could have left me there and made me pay the price. God gave me a mission, that's how I spend my life. Trying to bring our brothers home, I know some are still alive.
Vietnam War.
Trying to bring our brothers home, in my heart they're still alive.
Traveling walls that go around the country.
Brave men were dying all around me,
They travel to places.
but for some reason God kept me alive. He put his hand upon my shoulder and he carried me down Hill 875. He carried me down Hill 875. God carried me down Hill 875.
It's probably for those of us that know names on that wall. It's a tough song, but it's a great song because it opens your hearts again. I just thank heaven and I thank Jesus that John Steer was part of our lives and he touched so many folks. And I know now where he's at. And he knows those guys have welcomed him home. Those 50,000 plus on that wall. Now,
there's teddy bears and high school rings, no photographs that mamas bring, and daddies with their young boys playing ball. There's combat boots that he used to wear when he was sent over there. There's 50,000 names carved in the wall. There's cigarettes and there's cans of beer and notes that say, I miss you, dear, and children who don't say anything at all. There's Purple Hearts and packs of gum fatherless daughters and fatherless sons. And there's 50,000 names carved in the wall. They come from all across this land in pickup trucks and minivans, searching for a boy from long ago. They scan the wall and find his name. The teardrops fall like pouring rain. Then silently they leave a gift and go. There's stars of David and rosary beads, crucifixion figurines, and flowers of all colors, large and small. There's a Boy Scout badge and a merit pin, little American flags waving in the wind. And there's 50,000 names carved in the wall. There's 50,000 names carved in the wall.
I hope you're enjoying our tribute to John Steer. And what a remarkable man. What a remarkable ministry. What a strong soldier for God. And what an American patriot. This song kind of sums up his American patriotism. And I think you can hear it in his voice. You can feel it in his heart. Where stars and stripes and eagles fly, John Steer.
Well, if you ask me where I come from, here's what I tell everyone. I was born by God's dear grace in an extraordinary place where the stars and stripes and the eagles fly. It's a big old land with countless dreams, and happiness ain't out of reach. Hard work pays off the way it should. Yeah, I've seen enough to know we got it good. Where the stars and stripes and the eagles fly. There's a lady that stands in the harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to this flag. That bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you've got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you. Where the stars and stripes and the eagles fly. There's a lady that stands in the harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. No, this ain't the only place on earth, but it's the only place that I prefer to love my wife and raise my kids, hey, the same way that my daddy did, where the stars and stripes and the eagles fly, where the stars and stripes and the eagles fly.
Hi, this is Pastor Ted Marshall again. The next song that we're going to be playing for John Steer through his collection that we have here on our tracks for VRM, Veterans Radio Ministry, is a great song. It's called The Deal's Still On. And you can see that when John sang and wrote and produced some of this music, it was I've got to say, he was touched, and he was the Heavenly Spirit was in him strongly. And you'll hear that in this song. And remember, the deal is still on.
On a mountain outside Jerusalem, as they gazed into the sky, the disciples watched their Lord taken away. But suddenly 2 men appeared with a message from the throne and said, just like he left, he's coming back again. And the deal's still on, the deal's still on, the contract's still firm, signed in blood by the big man in the sky. God's not a man that he can lie, and so on his word you can rely. He's coming back right on time, and the deal's still on. They said, we've heard about his coming since the fathers fell asleep. Oh, and since that time, all things remain the same. But I remember a night that I was born again. Earnest payment was made on the promised land. Hey, I shook hands with the big man, and the deal's still on. The deal's still on, the contract's still firm, signed in blood by the big man in the sky. God's not a man that he can lie, and so on his word you can rely. He's coming back right on time. He's coming back right on time. He's coming back right on time, and the deal will steal on.
The next song that we're going to be playing is called "The Finishing Touch," and if you listen to the words of the song, it explains a lot. You know, a lot of us building ourselves on our own, or living through life on our own, are not complete, and we're not at all what we can be. But when the touch of the Master, when Jesus Christ touches us, now he's created a masterpiece because we are all in his image. John Steer explains that, and pretty much I think you're going to get the gist of what he is saying. The finishing touch, John Steer.
I've heard it told, a picture alone is worth 1,000 words. And if that is so, this life I have known is a picture like you've never heard. In need of much help, this picture itself depicted a tragic scene. But what seemed a disaster when touched by the Master became a masterpiece. With one stroke of his hand, he painted again, and this time he captured my heart. I may not be much, but compared to what I was, you'll see I'm a real work of art. Almost completed, still something was needed, so he picked up his heavenly brush. Beneath Calvary's flood, he lifted in blood and added his finishing touch. Now the canvas was worn, faded and torn, when the artist found me. In what seemed like a minute, the Master was finished, displaying for all to see. Now the value's increased when the painter's deceased, at least that's what I've heard them tell. But his grace is still timeless, his mercy is priceless, and the artist is alive and well. With one stroke of his hand, he painted again, and this time he captured my heart. I may not be much, but compared to what I was, you'll see I'm a real work of art. Almost completed, still something was needed, so he picked up his heavenly brush. Beneath Calvary's flood, he lifted in blood and added his finishing touch. Beneath Calvary's flood, he lifted in blood and added his finishing touch.
Hi, back again in beautiful Florida, and it's Studio Z in Zephyr Hills, Florida. Next on our tribute to John Steer is a great song. You, of course, have heard other artists. To name one, Elvis Presley, of course, did this song and recorded this. But I think that you're really going to enjoy John Steer's rendition of "How Great Thou Art." Now, John Steer.
I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then Christ shall come with shouts of acclamation and take me home. Oh, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, oh my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Hi, back again here. This is Pastor Ted Marshall with Veterans Radio Ministry. One of the last few songs we're going to do is one I really enjoy. It's called Wings of a Dove. And then we'll close with a song that we'll talk about shortly, but hope you enjoy this. Wings of a Dove, remembering John Steer.
On the wings of a snow-white dove, he sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above. On the wings of a dove, when trouble surrounds us, when evil comes, the body grows weak, the spirit grows numb. When these things beset us, he doesn't forget us. He sends down his love on the wings of a dove. On the wings of a snow-white dove, he sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. When Noah had drifted On the flood's many days, he searched for land in various ways. Troubles we had some, but he's not forgotten. He sent down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow-white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a dove.
Hi, I hope you enjoy the music. I hope you enjoy the time we get to spend remembering an true American hero, John Steer. We're going to close with the final song, and then we'll be back to talk just a few more minutes. But this is probably a great song to end it on, and it's one of his best. Wounded Soldier, John Steer.
Lord, my battle scars are many, my medals must be few, for in the midst of conflict raging, so often I've failed you. But somehow you kept me standing, picked me up each time I'd fall. You don't cast out wounded soldiers, you just love them through it all. One day all the soldiers will go home. We'll cease fighting, for the battle will be won. As the captain says, well done, you fought the fight, the race is won. Wounded soldier, the war is over, welcome home. In my heart I have a victory, yet at times the flesh is weak. So often I have begged your grace, lest I go down in defeat. But Lord, I recall that battle that was fought by you alone. As your blood flowed from that rugged cross, our victory was won. One day all the soldiers will go home. We'll cease fighting, for the battle will be won. As the captain says, well done, you fought the fight, the race is won. Wounded soldier, the war is over, welcome home. As the captain says, well done, you fought the fight, the race is won. Wounded soldier, that old war is over, welcome
Hi, this is Pastor Ted Marshall. Welcome back. And this is our final segment. And I just wanted to thank, and we put a phone call in for Donna Steer. Hopefully sometime when we produce this again, we'll be able to have her come on. I'd love to have her come on the Last Patrol radio show. This has been a cooperative work effort And we're being able to do this through our studio here at Studio Z in Zephyr Hills, and also with our annex helping with Drew Sinclair, our producer. That's there. Drew, thank you so much for being part of this and helping us produce this show. And I wanted to say again to all the veterans out there, those that remember John Steer and those that have never missed him, for those that have never met him, and I tell you what, if you're a believer in Jesus Christ, I know where you're going to see him again, because you see, John is at this reunion now that we only dream about. And we've talked about, as we walk those grounds in Melbourne, Florida, and some of the reunion areas throughout the country, we're seeing, as Vietnam veterans, we're seeing a lot of our brothers and sisters have gone on. And the musicians that we've lost, some of the veteran performers that we've lost that had been part of our reunions, are now in that big reunion in the sky and with the Lord. And what a welcome home they must have had. All we can do here is to remember and know that they're in the hands and in the body of Jesus Christ, that they are in a place where we can only not even dream about. I mean, it is beyond our expectations. The Lord is taking care of us. The Lord is there. And I want to share with you that from all of us at VRM, all of us veterans that knew John Steer and were touched by him and were inspired by him. Donna, thank you. 55 years of marriage with John, that and supporting him, that is just completely awesome, completely wonderful, completely godly. And I know that he is at rest, and we will all be sometime, I hope not soon, but sometime, whatever, in the God's speed and God's timing, we'll be with him again. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for bringing such a good man to us, an example of your love. This is Pastor Ted Marshall with VRM, Veterans Radio Ministry. Thank you for spending some time with us. And remember, this program we're offering free to the world. You can share it anywhere with anybody. And we would appreciate that, because that's how the word and the life of Jesus Christ, which is spoken here, gets out. Remember, tell your friends about VRM, Veterans Radio Ministry. They can go to our website, veteransradioministry.com. They can also listen to us on Live 365 app on their phone. They can download that free app, Live 365, and be able to put in VRM, Veterans Radio Ministry, and click that as a favorite, and they can listen to us anytime. Also, be able to follow us on Rumble, on YouTube, and Facebook. And also now we are on Apple TV, we're on Roku TV, and Fire TV. The platform is out there. All we need for you to do for us is to help us is to spread the word of how they can reach us and how they can listen. And once again, for the family of John Steer, thank you for sharing him with us all these years. God bless. And thanks again for listening to us on VRM. God bless. Talk to you soon.
Come and listen in to the radio station where the mighty host of heaven sing. Turn your radio on, turn your radio on. If you want to hear the songs of Zion coming from the land of endless spring, get in touch with God, turn your radio on.